Well, shit, we finally won a game. Here to break down that we finally won a game is all of us. We're all back, and we're all going to do a call-in show that, it's that big of an occurrence. It's that rare of an occurrence. All three of us are together. What's going on?
Unfortunately, you can't have a weekend where both your teams win. So, screw you,
I know.
Dash.
Hey, man, yeah, Juve finally won. Yeah, it costed me the Lions.
Yes.
God damn it.
I was surprised when I woke up this morning. I saw the score.
Stefan fumbled. Yeah.
I can't have nice things.
You're not the only guy from Detroit as well. Primo Calcio, I know. I think there's somebody else. So, sorry to Detroit. You guys were never a cool city anyway, so.
Doesn't command us.
Fucking mota. just unbridled rage towards that.
But Juve won, and that's the important thing, and that's what we're here to talk about today, is the Juve Milan match, where we dominated a shitty Milan team and actually won.
Yep.
You want to know why? Because we actually played a 4-3-3.
It's because I predicted it. I predicted 1-0, but
yes, it's because you predicted it. Okay, that's not what I wanted to. Hold on, wrong screen. Sorry, already starting off wrong. First and foremost, the table. Lazio winning, so we do settle into fifth, but there is now starting to be a little bit of space. Fiorentina still needs to play, but that gap between fifth and sixth is starting to form. So if we can continue our form, we can continue to battle for the top four, essentially, is where we're at right now.
You mean continue tying?
It's already up there.
No, like continue winning.
I still think Lazio has not been in great form lately, and I think it will continue like this. Or even if they stitch a couple of wins together, I don't think that Lazio will be consistently like winning games. I think P4 should be relatively safe, and yeah, I'm not even thinking about top 3 right now. Let us get
one thing at a time.
Get that fourth spot for now.
Absolutely. But that being said, Lazio not in the greatest form. We had to continue form as well, and that's the thing. If we don't, we're going to continue to battle for this fifth position instead of just getting into fourth and just securing it and potentially looking ahead to third.
Yeah.
But like third right now isn't even in the discussion, really. Yeah. But I want it to be. That's where I want to be, is third in the discussion. At least we're within the season's objectives comfortably, and we're not freaking out on the outside looking in. It's what we need to be at. So
question though. Next game is Napoli.
Yeah, huge game.
Is that a game you are happy with 1 point?
Mm-hmm. It's one of very few occasions where I will say that.
I think I agree, man.
Because Fiorentina plays Lazio next on the 26th, so you have a little bit of wiggle room with that one. I think next. Yeah, I don't know. Barring, I think next week's a throwaway week. I think next week doesn't matter if you win, draw, or lose. I think some of the matchups that you have going on, I think it benefits you. So,
or will it finally help the team's morale that we beat a so-called big team?
So-called. They're in eighth now.
It's not even like morale for beating a big team. It's just morale that they actually won a game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But Napoli's flying. They don't have a midweek game, whereas we do. A lot of these teams do.
Yeah.
It's classic Conte. No tournaments, no cups, just the league. And of course, he's dominating at top right now. So.
Well,
it's
I would say him and Inter right now. Inter's firing on all fucking cylinders. I watched that game earlier.
Lautaro starting to
fucking
score.
Banger, bro.
Yeah.
Absolute banger. Like, wow. I was like sitting there and I catch it and I'm like, oh, top corner. All right, cool. Here we go.
Don't want to talk about Inter though.
Dude, I have. By the
I
way,
don't want to, but they're good.
I haven't even noticed how bad Atalanta is form. Like, haven't won in the past 4 games. So
Sir, mid-season
Well,
stuff.
no, Napoli. It's 3-2. Good game, but Napoli just better.
I think right now it's
You're all choppy there. Are you on your backup internet?
no.
You're on your primary. Your primary is worse than your backup
Is it?
sometimes.
I'm not getting any issues, any packet loss.
Okay, you're back. You're back.
Second,
You're in and out. I don't know what to say. It's just, I bet you all of Detroit's on Reddit right now, flaming the lines. That's what it is.
huh?
Yes, you just cut out again. It's Detroit's just all over the internet. Just
Yeah,
pissed
the whole city's on fire.
Burn it down.
Burn
You're not going to miss much, anyways.
Fair enough.
All right, so
Same goes for Toronto.
Milan, yeah.
yeah, screw Toronto. So I mean, here's the match. We dominated the whole middle section of the game, which is different than what we usually do.
No, you want to know what's different? Look at the expected goals. We actually passed one.
XG of 1. We sometimes do that.
Sometimes.
Yeah, we sometimes do that. Total shots 15, big chances 2. We had a lot of output, like offensive output. Thanks to
but we need Bremer.
Dude, Nico Gonzalez, and his performance was amazing, man.
Oh, I'm going with this guy down here, man.
Absolutely. Like he was the man of the match, I agree. But what gave us another dimension is Nico Gonzalez, because he was able, number one, to stretch the field. And have you seen how he was able to pass it back and forth with Cope Miners, how they were able to to build some chemistry and play with each other. That looked decent, honestly. I like that.
Definitely was a little more dynamic. I think a lot of what it was is that they were just hungry for it.
Yeah.
Nah, it was a 4-3-3. I don't give a shit about what any of the other people are saying. What I saw yesterday was a 4-3-3. Nico was a false 9. Koopmeyer was finally an 8. And Thuram was a 6. There's literally
playing the natural position.
Playing their natural positions.
As much as he can, obviously, with Nico Gonzalez. You know, making it work with what you have.
Like, it was nowhere. This was hands down a 4-3-3. There was no, it'll say it on the stat sheet. It was a 4-2-3-1, but absolutely not. Absolutely not.
I mean, a 4-2-3-1 is not a far cry from a 4-3-3.
Oh, it's just a little bit of a different adjustment. But
you take it these two front center guys and moving them back a little bit. Essentially, it's not a huge change, but it's just how it plays out. The positioning for the individual players, like Koopmeiner's not being so goddamn advanced, like he's Jude Bellingham or some shit up there.
Yeah, no, it's just occupying the different spaces. The problem is if you have Vlahovic who is that much up front, you have to have somebody behind him to service him somehow.
Yeah, because he's shit.
That's why you usually had to play at 10. But if you have Nico Gonzalez playing sort of a false 9 role, then he can drop in the back, and you don't need to put your 8/10 that much up front, so he can claim the ball a bit more deep into position, have the whole field in front of him, and then make decisions that way. So it worked out. Honestly, it worked out.
Yeah, but we also got Milan did miss a shit ton of chances as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but that's every week.
It's what they do. It's what they do, man. It's
but
do you remember last season when everybody was afraid of PSG? Oh, they're missing a lot of chances, and it was happening game to game to game. I was saying, dude, at some point it's a lack of skill, and it's not being unlucky anymore. And PSG lost to Dortmund that way in the Champions League. They had an expected goals of, what was it, 12 or something like that over their 2 legs with Dortmund, and still lost it. At some point it's becoming a lack of skill, and I'm sorry to say it, but isn't that it formula? Isn't it technically lack of skill?
But every week we've been playing crap teams, though. That's the difference. Is I don't want to lay this on Milan. Even though it's Milan, they're playing like an Empoli, perhaps.
They need to finish. Like that's their thing. They need to finish chances. I just, for me, I'm not saying, like, for example, the one thing I kind of don't want that narrative to be where it's just like, oh, great, fantastic defensive performance by us. It wasn't, because you had literally Leao one-on-one with De Gregorio, who decides to hit it right at him. And again, people are just, well, you just being too negative, and it's like, no, it's kind of calling it straight through the middle.
Milan deserved at least a goal that game.
They did.
We got lucky, and we get lucky a lot.
But you have to finish. Like,
no, you have to.
Finishing your shots is a skill. And correct me if I'm wrong, but Leao is missing a lot of sitters, man. He's not a great finisher. He
was asleep.
Dribbles and everything.
He just smiles. He runs and smiles. He smiles while he's
that's not a smile, man. That's the kind of smile that you get when you drive a panel van.
Yeah, and no, and a friend of mine is a Milan fan, and he's watching he's watching Leao game in, game out, and he is saying all the time like how frustrating it is to watch Leao. Like 2 or 3 years ago, they had offers of 75 and 80 million euros on the table.
Yeah,
and he said, "Brother, I wish we had accepted it, because with that kind of money, we could have rebuilt our wingers." And have actual ones that also can score the ball. Can score the ball. He's saying like every time, every game he's watching, Leo's just dribbling, trying to take. Yeah.
Well, it's frustrating. No,
I forgot the exact terms, but
isn't
it kind of Chiesa? Isn't it?
No, it's the same. It's pretty much the same. High profile, prima donna.
Except for he's quick, maybe quicker than Chiesa.
Sure. I mean, you can get granular about it, but generally speaking, overpaid. Too high of a salary, prima donna. The skill is there, but the individual's too much of a bitch to put the work in and get it done week in, week out.
So do we know what the injury status on Yildiz was?
Yeah, so 2 injuries yesterday. McKennie, left flexor, and Yildiz, left adductor, both day to day. So it's muscle fatigue.
Okay, day to day means they're missing the Champions League game, certainly.
Potentially, yes.
Certainly, with day to day injuries with us, they will certainly miss Benfica. So, but if everything goes right, they might miss. They might be there for Napoli.
Perhaps, yeah. It's day to day. Our track record would say they're out for 3 months. They could be there on Tuesday, for all we know. We'll know more. Or McKennie. Sorry, just the guy's such a workhorse. It's no wonder he actually got some muscle fatigue.
Honestly, is it wide to say that McKennie for the upcoming games is more important than Yildiz, because McKennie can cover that much positions? For example, he's playing left back, he's playing right back, he's playing right winger sometimes.
Yeah, with a team that has like 4 or 5 dudes that can play Yildiz's position, and like minus 2 people that can play McKennie's position, not even his real one.
McKennie is the one I'm honestly most scared of because of his versatility, and honestly, he accepts playing any position. Just like he just wants to play, and I love that in players, honestly.
I'll see if I can get that graphic up with McKennie. He's played just about every position. Yes, okay, I got it. Give me a sec for me to bring it up. This one. These are all the positions he has played this season.
Yeah.
Left back, right back, both positions in the center, both positions out wide, attacking midfielder and striker. Only for a few minutes.
That's what I'm saying. And he's playing left back for a month, like while Cambiaso was injured, he was playing left back the whole damn time.
Yeah, it's wild. How many players are able to do this? And then we can go back to Chiesa. Yeah. Oh, well, I'm better on the right. What did he say? Is it better on the right or the left? Or
No, he just wanted to play winger. He just
or whatever it
didn't
was.
want to play a deeper city
These
role.
guys.
No, what McKennie is doing, you can only do that if you have like
The physical versatility.
yeah, and also the grinta to do it. Because like if you have grinta, you can play out of position, dude. You're a football player that earns millions of euros, man. Like I bet they can play other positions if they wanted to. It's just yeah, don't be a dickhead and do what the team needs.
You know, like that's literally me in real life, where I get thrown into like multiple positions on the pitch. It drives me insane. I understand it because I can feel being in the McKennie role because I've been the McKennie role, and on my Sunday team, I am in the McKennie role, where it's just like
Yeah.
because it's 8-on-8, and we have 4-5 subs, right? So usually I think I play the most minutes because it's just like, okay, the fullback's taking a set, like the starting fullback's taking a break, so I need to shift back into right fullback. Midfielder's taking a break, I need to shift into the midfield, right? It is such a pain in the butt because there's so many times where I have to like shift marks, shift zonal, from zonal to man press, and oh my lord, I give McKennie kudos for that because it is one of the toughest roles to do.
My question for you though is, what's your favorite item on the value menu?
I need the Big Mac. I was a big fan of the chicken Big Mac while it was there for a limited time. That shit was good as fire.
Dude, I'm 100% on the Whopper bandwagon again. Dude,
is it back to its regular size, or is it still shrunk?
Dude, here it never shrunk.
Fuck.
Germany, it never
Dude,
shrunk,
like
man.
they like cut it by like 50 fucking percent. I'm like sitting here and it's just like I'm like, because I remember when I was in college,
like a quarter pounder.
The Whopper was like yay big,
Dude,
and then
dude, it's still that big now.
God damn it, man. Sal's right, the double quarter pounder. That's the only thing you can get now because the Whopper is cheeks here in the U.S.
Hey, Saquon just went for a 70-yard touchdown. So
I did not know I was about to trigger dash with that one. All right, we need another bit of appreciation for another midfielder, even though I still consider McKennie a midfielder. Should I? I don't know. But anyways,
technically he is.
Locatelli.
Yes.
Most tackles, most long passes, most progressive passes, most forward passes per 90, most short passes per 90. Locatelli versus Serie A midfielders.
Exactly. And you know what I did, just because you mentioned that, because he's having a crazy good season and he's my captain now in my heart. I ordered his print, and I will print that on my shirt. So.
Oh, nice. There you go.
Locatelli on the back of my shirt, man. After doing a video calling him out on his pad. No, but honestly, but honestly, if they prove us wrong, I'm not opposed to change my opinion, man. I just want to be proven wrong. It's not like I don't want them to succeed. And honestly, he silenced me. Dude, he's playing an amazing season, man.
Yeah, I unfortunately will not have the gall to admit it. If Dusan were ever to turn his career around, I would never wear that man's name on my back. Never.
Never say never. I want him to get so good for Juve that you would do that.
Absolutely not.
That would be amazing.
I don't even care if Dahl flew from England to give me a Dusan shirt. I would not. I would still not do it. I would make a video burning it before I would wear it.
Oh God.
Who's better, Thuram or Rabiot? Honest, Thuram. I'm gonna say.
Thuram
Dude, have you seen against Milan again? Thuram, how he took the ball sometimes and just ran like across Milan's midfield, just pushed the ball forward.
Yeah, he actually attacks. He can actually. He's not the best dribbler, but he tries it half decent.
No, but the crazy thing is like he's a tank. Like
he is.
If he's running
through
at
people.
You, like, yeah.
I was today years old when I found out Dal was from the UK. Really?
Damn son, you've been missing a lot.
Man. Okay. We give ourselves a half-hour time limit. until we open up the lines. We got 9 minutes left. Let's spend some time Bangula. Because
How
this
did
guy's a
that ball
stud.
go in? That was like, did it hit a stud? Because that was like a knuckleball.
Let's see if I can.
I think it was tapped in by the defender.
Yeah, because I was like looking at it and I was watching the trajectory of it. I'm like, what the fuck?
I think it hit the side of the boot or
Because
something.
it like looked like it whizzed really slow and then like he was just kind of like, wait, what? Oh. And then Mota's like the fist bump that Mota makes, like, I'm not getting fired today.
Hey, he bought himself 2 weeks now. 2 weeks now.
I'm not unemployed.
Just kidding, man. Give him time. He needs time. He needs time and players. Oh.
Yeah, I'm surprised there's no clips there on X.
No,
There's
I have.
covering
You
it.
just gotta look at the highlights. I turn on the highlights.
Yeah, you can't screen capture Fubo and that stuff though.
Yeah, well, no shit, but
Yeah, I'm trying to get something that's
we don't have
already
to
clipped.
share it. I was just saying. I was just asking.
I would. That's his post celebration. Everything just doesn't actually have his goal.
Unacceptable.
Oh no! I finally found it.
Oh, he got it.
Oh, I had to go to an Arab account, of course. Arabs. Right. Here we go. Get the sound off. So Nico just slots it over. And that's probably what you're talking about. Yeah, and it did actually.
Can you pull it back a bit?
How far?
Just a bit.
Back
Right
up.
there. Dude. What is Milan's defense doing there? Do you remember when I told you how bad Emerson Royal is, and I don't know who was it. Somebody shamed him in the chat again. What is the defense doing? Number one, it's Thuram. It's Thuram running at the defense. It's not a striker. It's not a great finisher. Like why are they man marking him? And then 2 of them leaving the quick winger as finisher on the left alone.
Bam! Look, like we're nobody. He's just there. Open.
Like, it's crazy.
Now, good attempts to try to do something there, but you kind of mess things up.
Yeah, but he was already too late. But yeah.
And the fact that Mignon got a hand on it still, like he had a good game overall.
Yeah.
He made a few good saves.
Do we want to talk about how Timmy Weah like put Tamori in a blender and like cooked him?
And we're gonna have to talk about Tamori as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say he. I wonder if that lowered his value a little bit.
Hey, maybe that's why he said, "Oh, goddamn, the American just turned me around."
Hey, look at that! It's a Yank beating a Brit, like always. Oh my days! I've seen this a few hundred years ago.
Here's Thuram again in the play. Just slots it up there. Just spam. And Weah's got speed. And that made me lose my mind right there initially.
Tamori's like, nah.
Like right there. Like I thought, oh, he's gonna screw it up. He always slows the play down.
He set my wife with some fish and chips.
and then he just rolls it in.
Just rolls it in.
What another stud goal.
Second post and good finish, man.
Yeah, so we're not getting Tamori. Might as well just say it. We got to roll into the transfer talk. We're not getting Tamori. He's done. See you later. Did anybody really want him?
No question mark.
I'm not quite sure.
Did anyone? Oh, Jesus Christ! The Rams.
No, he was. Yeah, I saw it. But
yeah,
so
okay.
7-point lead. I just hope we don't fumble it, man.
All right, Dave. Okay.
I'm confident. I think.
It's like I think. It's all right. Don't worry. You'll get
confident.
be confident to get blown out by Jaden Daniels.
Oh, there's only 3 minutes left.
I'm already shitting my pants.
Do you need to leave for 15 minutes? Just leave for 15 minutes. Come back.
I'm good. I survived.
I'm just waiting for the moment where I just hear Dave just go, "Fuck."
Yeah, and the Jalen Hurts already got both knees turned. Man.
Got title saying Emerson Royale was lucky, very lucky at the Super Cup, but this is karma. Okay, calling the karma on him.
Bad, man. He's just bad.
Yeah, he's just bad.
He's just bad.
We played better without a 9. Is this true for you? This particular game, yes. You can't just base it off.
It's not that we played without a 9. It's we played with a false 9. So again, that 9 is essentially dropping into space, which is freeing up Coop to actually play like an actual midfielder instead of Doosan's babysitter.
Okay, Tado. Actually, this is a good call out here. Thuram passed away. This is 90 Serie A.
Oh.
This is the kids. The kids
That's
doing
actually
it now.
true. That's funny.
Yeah, man, good call.
Dude, Amazon got benched by Pedro Porro, who can't play defense like himself to save his life, and Tottenham said, "Man, guess what? You're out, brother."
Okay, so I'm gonna bang off a couple of the rumors, bit of the news points here, and then I'm gonna open up the lines, and then I'll be up to whoever comes in if they want to go back to the Milan game, if they want to talk about these rumors. But we're gonna at least table it.
Speed fire.
So, first and foremost, nothing new for Cambiasso or DV9.
Okay, cool, fantastic. No, none of them were gonna move anyways.
So,
All right, no 80 million.
Temper things. Hinko, whatever, however you say that guy's name, nothing new there. I'm pretty sure they don't want to sell him in January. That could be off for the moment. More to follow.
Yeah, he wasn't going to move either. He's not going to move until the summer next.
Dougie could leave, depending on the deal, only coming from City or United.
He will only move on deadline day.
So maybe something there.
He will only move on deadline day.
Danso still a possibility at 25 mil.
But where are those 25 million from? If we don't sell.
And this is where the two brand new names that came out this afternoon come to play. Both now from the Premier League.
Both on loan.
Both from Chelsea. Renato Vega at 20 million and Lloyd Kelly.
He's from Newcastle.
Sorry. Was there a loan there? They were contacting Chelsea. That's something I want to bring up as well as the transfer market.
I think both transfers.
Okay, let's look it up now. Damn it.
All right. I'm not 100% sure with the Lloyd Kelly one, but I think Chelsea only wanted to accept loan offers because they want to make profit off of Renato Vega because they bought him for 25 million something, I believe, from Basel last summer. And he doesn't get any playing time, so the only possibility is to let him go on loan. And there are like teams like Dortmund and a couple of other, I believe some Spanish teams like interested in him. So I guess it's who's paying the higher loan fee.
Okay, so maybe I just misread the news there with both being from Chelsea. Vega is at least, so yeah, my bad. It is Newcastle. He came from Bournemouth last summer on a free. So that's that. So valued here at 18 million. They're looking for around 20. That makes sense. And then we'll bring up Lloyd Kelly. Or this is Lloyd Kelly, sorry. My bad. Lloyd Kelly, around 15 million. They initially asked for 20, but they're probably not going to get it as per the the news reports. God. Breathe. I'm trying to just bang this out. Renato Vega. Here we go. Chelsea, 10 million. Apparently they want 20. It's the Premier League. Can play left back. Can play center back. Young. Kind of ticks all the boxes for Mata. Again. Yeah. And it's a left back, left foot.
Yeah, which is what we need.
And it's cheap. We're looking at under 20 million. So you ask me where the money's coming from? These are the guys we're looking at.
Can you go down, please, to the chart of what Chelsea bought him for?
So it was move fee of $3 and then $14.
$3.
No, it's
Dude,
3 and 14. So
market value of 3 million, and they paid nearly 15, brother. What are you drinking? Oh, damn.
it's Chelsea.
Yeah, but that's what they want to. They want to make a profit of him. So, yeah. And if
Okay,
you
so
can
15.
put it on the table immediately, it's a loan with buy option and then 4 more. I guess we have to see.
Yeah. So these guys coming out of nowhere, and at least this is a young prospect, left-footed.
Yeah.
Now it's actually somebody that
he's good. He's good.
he can play left back is actually a solid point. Is he could actually somebody that plays left back, other than Cambiasso. So that's positive, and this goes in line with versatile type players where you can kind of play anywhere. So this could be good.
But Gaetano's right. He's better as a center back than fullback. Chelsea tried that in a couple of games. They subbed him in for Cucurella for sometimes, and it didn't work out great because he's too slow to play left back, like in the style that they want. But he's a good center back. Young center back needs to iron some stuff out because his timing sometimes is a bit off. But I think you can form him. You can form him into being a decent player.
Okay, so a little bit overtime. I tried to bang that all out as quick as I can. I stumbled through it. Lines are open. There's the link. Get in there.
And by the way, Dash, yes, I'm starting to get worried because we were
I saw it.
out and they have the ball back.
I was just waiting for you to say.
What's up?
God.
How's it going, Jeff?
Nothing much. This week, this whole week has been pretty interesting, if you don't mind me asking. I don't know where to start. So for starters, I think Dusan should be a sub. I think let's get that out of the way. I think he's kind of our weakest link into this Malta system.
Absolutely.
I think he's ineffective. I called that one. I kind of knew he wasn't going to do well. Let's be honest. I thought it was common sense. I think all of us knew that he was going to struggle. I want to say I told you so, guys. I don't know. Whoever didn't believe in Loca, whoever was the one that didn't believe in Loca, that said that he wasn't going to do well and wasn't going to have a two-round season. I told you so.
I said, hey, whoa, hold the phone, my friend.
I never said all of you. I just said whoever did it.
Nope.
Okay,
I am honest. No, let me be honest, because I doubted him. I said Douglas Luiz will take his role and Locatelli will be his backup, and I'm absolutely wrong.
And the reason why I said this, when I was looking at Thiago Motta's system prior in the Bologna, during his Bologna tenure, I noticed the midfield was playing in a double pivot, and I just kind of filled in the pieces. Loca did best during Sassuolo's time as a double pivot, so I just kind of put one and one together. Obviously, my take was a bit risky and reckless. But at the same time, I just kind of saw the patterns there. That was one thing. The other thing I noticed, I don't understand why Coop was like this whole week. Well, not the Milan game, but the Atalanta game when he was playing as who's playing more advanced. I didn't like that idea. I thought that was stupid. Even though we played well under Atalanta, that was the only one thing I didn't like. I feel like Coop was better as an 8. I'm always going to continue to say that. But with Coop Miners, I think, because he gets a lot of heat and a lot of shit, and we need to tell people and every football fan around this world that just because you have a big signing doesn't mean that players are going to pop off right away. It might take a full season. You also got to think that into considerations. Even the greatest players that have played this game have somewhat struggled, or haven't really been as have been somewhat lackluster on their first season. If you look at Cristiano Ronaldo in his very first season at Real Madrid under Pellegrini, he wasn't even the top goal scorer for Real Madrid. If you remember, that was Gonzalo Higuain. Messi didn't do that well with PSG either. Obviously, what I'm saying is that even Mbappe, put that in mind, that Mbappe is not having the season of his career at Real Madrid. So what I'm trying to say is that just because we have huge signings, it doesn't necessarily mean that these players are going to pop off right away. The way I'm seeing Coop Miners, situation reminds me a lot similar to Locatelli under Allegri, where like Loca was struggling to play the regista role, just like I feel Coop is struggling to play the number 10 role under Mota in a weird way. What else? As far as that, the signing of Kolo Muani now, I thought that was. I'm kind of positive. I'm actually pretty positive with this signing because I'm not expecting him to rain goals and assists per se, but I am expecting the enhancement of the wings to do even better, like the wing play to be better with Yildiz Conceição, or maybe I would say who was Nico Gonzalez playing well and Bangula. Maybe they're going to be playing well as Kolo Muani is able to move into the spaces, to be able to pass, hold up play, just stuff, just kind of simple stuff. Or the moments where Coop Miners was trying to run those through balls and he wasn't fast enough. Kolo Muani would have probably had some opportunities there and had a goal scoring opportunity. As far as that part, we still need a center. We still need center backs. So as far as Cambiaso necessarily being sold for 80 million, I don't have an issue with it at all. To me, it's a win-win because here's what I think: if he gets sold and we get a lot of money, great. If he doesn't get sold and we keep him, that's fine too. So I'm not losing sleep over it. So whatever happens, happens. That's pretty much what I'm looking at this whole thing. And we need to also, another thing I've noticed around the Juve community, not you guys particularly, but just outside anywhere I've been looking at, is this like hyper criticism of Gintoli. I just think we're just giving him a letter grade too soon. Oh, we didn't sign the center back. We didn't sign the center back. We're more likely to sign a center back by the end of February. Until the end of February happens, until the Mercado closes off, we need to just shh, and that's it.
I do want to do a sanity check for Dave. Are you okay, buddy?
Not
you.
Okay.
Oh, because of what's happening. Okay. Yeah.
Sal's like trying to not laugh too.
Sal, yeah, you had to wait a long time. Jesus, I think you need a glass of water there, Jeff. You did not stop for like
sorry.
5 minutes.
I was on
6 minutes. You were just
I had a Zen high, so it was like I had to.
As soon as he said I called it, I knew I was in for it, so I just waited.
Okay, we're good. All right, Ram choked. Stafford took a sack to the nuts. It's over. We're good now. German Dave is good. Everyone, German Dave is alive, though the Philadelphia Eagles nearly fumbled. Home field advantage, too. I'd rather the Eagles win.
Two more things I'm going to lay out for the NFL.
Jesus fucking Christ, man.
I feel your pain, Dash. Listen, I feel your pain. Listen, I know. Jaden Daniels, yeah. I don't know. Like, we lost to the Commanders, too. I feel your pain. A. And B, I'm going to have another wild take. I think the Commanders win the Super Bowl. I know it's kind of too soon, but I think they might win the whole thing.
They're the only chance. They're the only chance against Mahomes.
Dude, the problem is, if we make it, wasn't the Commanders the team that beat us twice, I believe, in the regular season, right?
Yep.
We
Nobody
didn't win a single
wants
game,
that rebranded Washington team.
And
nobody wants an Eagles Chiefs Super Bowl.
Dude, they will tear us apart. I'm honest, they will tear us apart. But man, I don't know. Is Jaden Daniels the story where the NFL says, all right, refs, come on, let's switch.
I'm just going to be honest with you. I've never seen a rookie quarterback pull off those numbers, A, and B, I've never seen somebody so calm in like such a high pressure game. Like, it's impressive. I'm sorry. Like, I've never seen that.
All right, we still haven't let Sal get any words in here. Sal, time to cook. You're in the kitchen.
One of the good things about being a Dolphin fan is I don't care about the NFL right now. So, I can just focus solely on Juve right now, so it frees up a lot of my extra time. I mean, look, two things can be true at the same time, right? One, Milan can be dreadful, which they are, and two, Juve could have played well. So as far as like people saying, hey, playing down, our opposition wasn't that good or whatever, who cares if we finally get 3 points when we're drawing, against much weaker opposition, which we've done quite a bit, this season. In terms of surprises for the game, I did not have Nico Gonzalez running a successful pick and roll on my bingo card this year. So, I appreciated that. He's, as far as like Nico Gonzalez goes, he was one of those, signings that was getting a lot of criticism, similar to Douglas Luiz. I think mostly because of injury issues and being unavailable. But as soon as he started getting consistent minutes, you sort of, see how he fits into Mota's scheme. Admittedly, I'm still surprised that Luis isn't able to find minutes in games, because when I do see him play, I like what I see. So I'm not, it's tough. Maybe it's because, Thuram and Locatelli have been playing very well together, so you don't want to upset that balance. And I can understand that. I do worry with, if I don't see him get minutes, when we're playing every 3 games, consistently, then I'll start to worry a little bit more there, because if we're really going to go the false 9 route, I don't see how he plays more up front. Mota's pretty insistent on keeping Koop Meyers there. With Conceição coming back, with Mbangala playing as good as he is, that's my one question is sort of where do you slot Luis in there? Because I think leaving that level of like technicality, or technique on the bench is a bit worrisome, because we still do have a lot of points to make up. We're 13 points behind first, I believe. With 2 teams, because I do think Inter, when they play their game in hand against Fiorentina, they're going to get 3 points there. The one good thing is 6 points out of third, which is doable for now. So I think the big thing is just, this win only again. If this is a isolated incident like Monza, and then we don't win for another 4 or 5 matches, then we're kind of back at the same, we're kind of back at the same spot. Granted, Napoli's going to be it's going to be a difficult game. But I feel that Conte is going to set up, he's going to definitely go, I think, low block. I don't think he's going to try to go at Juventus. I think he's going to play it a bit more, he's going to play it a bit more safe. We're not going to be as freewheeling as Atalanta and leave ourselves open, for 3 goals. So it's going to be a bit of a cagey affair there. They're going to hope to catch us on the counter. But yeah, it's, hopefully get 3 points against Bruges, put ourselves in a decent position to try to at least get into, the playoffs for, the knockout stages. And yeah, man, it's kind of hard to say, like the last 2 games in terms of seeing us press, seeing that energy level being kept up for, 90 minutes, that it's encouraging. So hopefully this is sort of, Mota ball taking fruit.
All right, yeah. So Kajino Eddie's coming in because Philadelphia just won, and now he can come and watch our show instead of the Eagles. So,
how many packs did you smoke, Kajino Eddie? That's what I want to know. How many packs?
I need one. I need one after that game.
Keep in mind, though, that Rams team wasn't bad either. But I wanted to touch back on Luis. I am really sad that he's not playing a lot of minutes, because I do think he's really good. I like what I see from Luis as well. Despite of what I said, I do see what people are coming at the same time. Like, I would love to see him. I think, for me, if Luis is going to play, I think it's going to be in a 4-3-3 and Luis playing the holding mid with like 2 8s. playing the box to box, and that would be my thing with Luis. That's where he's best fitted.
Would you then play him with Locatelli or with Thuram next to him?
You have to play Thuram.
Probably Thuram, because I think Thuram's a much stronger player, and then Koop Miner's on the other side of the 8.
Or Fajoli.
No.
Did we forget about that guy?
Get out now. You're done.
I think that the problem is if Bremer was still playing, I think we would be seeing more of Luis as opposed to Loca. Loca gives a lot of cover. He gives a lot of cover to those guys because we are shaky at the back and we do concede. I think even like Mota mentioned in his pregame, like the best way for us to keep a clean sheet is to maintain possession, right? Because you see what happens when we try to set up shop. It just doesn't work. And I think Loca is best suited to be that guy, you know? So.
Yeah, so this comment,
this one's funny. I'm gonna have some
fun. That's fun.
We're gonna have some fun with this one. Okay.
The second sentence though confuses me. So remember is the best goal scorer of
He's the top goal scorer of the team. Okay, great. 3 goals in open play, spoon-fed penalties for the rest of them. Okay, that argument's completely done and dusted. The other thing too, against what strikers? He's the only striker on the team. No shit, he has the most goals scored.
Yeah. So let's just look at where he is. I'm on the second page. He's 12th. 7 goals, penalty goals 4. So he has 3 from open play.
Dude,
he has
Weah scored 5 goals out of open play. He's only 2 behind Vlahovic.
But let's just look who's on this page that we're comparing him with at this. Pinamonte, Dia, Cutrone, who finally made it back to Serie A after 7 years because Como just dumped a bunch of money into the team. You know, Tangstedt, who cares? Kristovic, Sakeni, Poinpalo. Poinpalo's on this list. This is what we're comparing him to.
Best goal scorer of 2024. Fantastic.
Dude, look our scores that are from open play equal to him or better. Bangula,
and then
3 goals.
Here's Weah.
3 goals from open play. Yildiz 4 goals from open play. We have 5 goals from open play. Vlahovic 3 from open play. 4 penalties.
He has 1 more goal in open play than Savona. Yeah, let's look at things realistically.
What a stupid comment. I'm sorry.
You just triggered Dash.
He has 1 more goal from open play than Cambiaso, then Thuram, then Savona, then McKennie.
You know what impresses me is that this Retegui kid is at the top right now.
14, Thuram, 13, Keane. Fucking Keane.
Lookman, Martinez is having a shit year. He's at 8, 0 penalties. Lukaku
is at 8 with
8.
He does, but Vlahovic does have 4 goals in the Champions League.
He does. He only scores the most ridiculous goals on the most ridiculous games. But what did Alberto say? Like the goalkeeper can be off getting a hot dog and he'll still miss the net?
Yeah.
That's good.
He's frustrating as all hell. Like, yes, he has that individual talent, that skill that will just make your jaw drop once every 15 games.
By the way, sir, 1 penalty in Champions League.
Yeah.
It's just like in the league, 3 in open play. Fantastic.
Yeah. I don't give a shit if he's scoring penalties. The problem is he doesn't put in the work and the effort. And then another problem is that whenever he has those one-on-one opportunities, he's missing them, but he's not missing them on target. He's missing them off target, and that irritates me. That's another thing. That's the problem with Dusan. He's missing the one-on-one opportunities. He's skying them all the way up. I remember it was against, was it Calgary or Catania? I don't remember, the Coppa Italia game where he completely skied off the one-on-one situation. At least make it on target and not necessarily sky it off. Those are the things that worry me with Dusan. And on top of that, he doesn't want to put in the effort and work and try to utilize the space while helping his other teammates. He's got a God complex, but he's not producing. It's kind of similar to what you guys were saying about Rafael Leao.
Here's the thing. So every striker misses open chances. This is the follow up, dude. He is underperforming his expected goals.
Yeah,
The problem is every striker misses open chances, but not consecutively.
I have something for you. P2.
Big chances missed.
12. And yes, behind that is Lautaro and these guys. Moise Kean with 8 on P8. But how many did they score? Like their ratio. I've said there's no percentage here, but to have only 3 goals from open play and 12 missed big chances is crazy.
And another problem
just on the point of every striker misses chances.
And another thing that we have with Dusan is that yes, he misses the chances and then he gets checked out, like he's completely done, like he's completely like utterly checked out, and then doesn't play for most of the game. He's not putting in the work. So now we're like at 10.5 players. Sometimes we're playing with 10 players. It's sad to say. That's for a guy that's getting paid $12 million a season. No, I want more. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He's an 80 million striker that needs a 65 million midfielder to babysit him. Sorry, go ahead, Sal. I'm done talking.
I'm just saying net 12 million net.
Haaland finally earns more than him.
And Haaland just bags goals regardless how shit Man City is. I think Man City has been picking up the pace a little bit. Regardless,
they have.
Bro, did he just use Darwin Nunez?
Look, I watch every single Liverpool game, and Darwin Nunez is even more frustrating than Vlahovic. That shouldn't be our comparison.
No, and we've made comparisons with Holland as well,
dude,
and they're not great.
Holland converts a lot of the chances, and he doesn't lose his cool.
Yes.
This guy's like cool as a cucumber. He will miss chances. He will have horrible stinkers, but then he's still mentally tough enough to find that one opportunity to put in the back of the net. Darwin Nunez, on the other hand, is horrible to watch. But one difference between him and Dusan is that Darwin Nunez does put that off-ball movement.
He hustles, man.
And he hustles his ass off.
That's right.
Well, there's the difference.
I think it's not so much either obviously the missed chances are frustrating. It's more that he doesn't hold up the ball well, which as a 9 is concerning. And he also doesn't link up play well either. And he doesn't drop back into defense that often. And when he
complains
he
about
doesn't
it.
really do it. Yeah, and he doesn't do it well. Like if I made that little quip about Nico Gonzalez, right? Yeah, he was playing as false nueve, but he was our most advanced player. And when he made that kind of that block on Tomori that opened up that pass for Kefren Nuea for the second goal, he was playing fairly back, right? So yeah, I mean it's kind of a consequence, I guess, of the system or whatever. But if you can't do a lot of those extras and you're missing big chances, it's a tough argument to make that he's having a good season.
With also another thing to add on to your words, Sal, Nico also had he was going in aerial duels against other players, won the header, which gave Timmy Weah the opportunity. Regardless, he missed.
And he's smart.
It's those little things. It's those little things that help the team, that will help enhance maybe, if not, okay, I'm not getting the chance, cool. Let Conceição or let Weah or let Yildiz or let Mbangula have the chance to score. It's these little things that I look into in a player. It's not only just goal scoring as a number 9. So if you're having trouble scoring goals, at least put in the effort to create chances for your other teammates.
So, okay, this is not true. I know you say Dusan is bad because he's leaving us. No, he's going to potentially be leaving us because he's not meeting expectations. It's okay to be a fan of Dusan or of any player, but at the end of the day, you have to look at the information that's in front of you. We have here objective stats. Stats can only say so much. They have to be taken in context.
The eye test
but-
isn't good as
and,
well.
and then you have the
It's not
eye
only
test,
stats.
which is not good. And then beyond the eye test, you have the mentality test, and he's a big crybaby. And the last guy that we had like that was Chiesa, and now all these references, which we've been yelling at for the past year and a half. Oh, Dusan's going to be a Chiesa situation. No, he always has been. It's not new. His mentality, just like Chiesa, when you're 22, it's an excuse. You're young. But as you continue to age and be considered top of your game and getting raises while this is happening, there is no longer any excuse to act like a child. You are in the big boys club now, and you gotta goddamn act like an adult, not like a man-child. Move on, Dusan. Grow the fuck up, or you're gonna ship out. And that's unfortunately it, because the numbers are saying it, the eyes are saying it, and it's not in your head.
I'm keeping it a buck. I haven't liked him since he's been here, so it's not because he's leaving. I'm just keeping it a buck.
From a footballing sense, you have to look at it from multiple views. Number one, we bought him for 75 or 80. What was it?
75 with bonuses.
We bought him for 75 plus bonuses that may be added up to 80 million. Look, we paid that money. He started with a salary of 10 million, I believe, that rose every year by 500. Was it something? Or was it
something like that? 8 and then like a million a year.
Million.
Yeah.
Look, we gave him a bad contract. Yes, that's on us. But if you are the recipient of that contract and we bought you for 75 million, we have expectations, because the expectations that we have are directly connected to goals and to, we need XG. We need goals and assists from you. Or if you don't have as many assists, like, we need the goals. Because that money that is allocated to him, just one player,
it handicaps the rest.
It handicaps the rest, because we could have used that money for something else. We could have bought another striker that can get us 10 to 15 goals per season.
And that's why we watched the video that we did on Kolo Muani, because we weren't excited about him, but at the same time, we recognize the fact that he's kind of just average, because you say here he always scores in big matches. That you can't argue. I won't argue, because I said that. I literally started this whole thing off with that he shows up and does these things.
How many big matches do we have?
Dude, okay, big matches, but what is with Lecce? What is with Cagliari? What is
any of these teams
with Parma? What is?
This is why we had to get Kolo Muani.
I mean, this is what I mean. Yeah, let's also add the Parma.
Dude,
all the matches.
It is literally defenses that play scrubs back there, man.
Here, so let me answer that perfectly. A broken clock is right twice a year, essentially. Because you want to know why? Because we only play like maybe 1 or 2 big matches a year, because we haven't been at that pinnacle right now.
Look, if Dusan would have scored against Roma when we were at the 0-0, or against Napoli when we were at 0-0, this might have been a different conversation. And okay, Leipzig was great. But the thing is, I expect that for like at least 3 out of the 5 games that we play. I'm not saying I expect him to pop off every game. But like, I know that if Dusan were to put his mind, I know his best. His best was from last January. I remember that. I remember how good he played. If he's able to maintain that type of performance and was doing it every month, we wouldn't have this conversation.
And you basically just proved your point here. These not even typing her. Kolo Muani is trash, right? Now that I see Miami here, I can't unsay it. Okay, but here's the thing: if he is trash, why do we need to bring a trash striker to hopefully help the other dude? Does that not mean he's trash?
To answer Roflo's, no, that's not really it. Even though that's a funny comment. Look, because like Jeff and I are both Albanian, we don't care about that. It's just he sucks.
Yeah. No, but look, of course, the money is a big part of the problem. Yes, if we bought him for 15 or for 20 million, guess what? He would be sitting on the bench, and you would have bought maybe somebody for 50 or 60 million that maybe would have scored better. Of course, the money is the problem, because for the money that you paid, of course, you have expectations. And
it's not
if
even
you
so
regu-
much the expectations. It's it hinders us from restructuring the squad because
Yes,
his salary
yes, of course.
is
Yes.
so disproportionate with the rest of the team, especially after this year. Like the top guys that we brought in, think Koopmeyers or whatever. Like a lot of these guys are on $3.5 million to maybe $5 million.
Max
Right.
5.
Right. Where Dusan's making over. I mean, I believe that's net. So Dusan's making, anywhere between, 2 to 4 times that much. So you're not getting that output. And it's also hurting when you're reconstructing a squad or who you can go out with to reinforce the squad. So not even looking more backwards, looking more immediate. So yeah, it's obviously a big concern for sure. And then the other issue is, if he is going to be leaving at the end of the year because he doesn't want to renegotiate his contract, which is his right. I don't blame anybody for trying to take a pay cut, especially if they don't have to, right? That's totally fine. But it's also hindering how much we're going to be able to sell him for at the end of the year if he becomes a bench player or he is an integral or he isn't putting up the numbers. Because right now, it'll be tough if he can even do, 20 goal contributions, right? So.
By the way, and as much as we can't fault him for seeing out this contract and looking at his options, you can't criticize us as well. Like if we are taking offers from to sell him this summer, like it's give and take like the whole time. If he doesn't want to take a pay cut and extend, all right, then before your last year of the contract, we have to sell him.
This reminds me of Dybala.
And of Chiesa.
Chiesa as well. There's
this last comment here in terms of small teams and big day.
No, we don't prefer
all of our games. All of our games are big days. We're in 6th. We're in 5th. All of our games are big days. Every single one. There is no easy match.
Why does this guy think we want?
I do actually, yeah. At this situation, I'll answer this comment. Yes, I do want a striker that can score against small teams. Yes, I don't care. Yes, because those small teams that we drew, we could have probably been competing for the Scudetto.
And guess what? Haaland won with Manchester City with scoring against small teams.
And here's the thing: it's nice that we won against Leipzig, but we can't win against Venezia.
Yes.
Right.
So yes, I want a striker. I want a piece of shit striker that costs $500,000 that scores against Empoli. That's who I want.
Or can facilitate play. Like honestly, and we got to let Sal talk, guys. We keep cutting Sal off. Sal, go.
Well, no, I'm just saying when you don't score against those small teams, it makes everything a big moment because now you're scrambling to make up those points. I mean, it is what it is. So, I was rooting for Dusan as much as the next guy. I don't have any, when he came through and he scored his first, league game and then he scored his first goal in his first UCL match after 2-3 minutes, my hopes were through the roof, but we're what, 3 seasons in and so almost 4 and we're still having the same discussion. So, and like I said, it's just it's so disproportionate with where the club is now and how the club is trying to build that unless your results are justifying the gap that you're making between the rest of your teammates, then obviously you have an issue there. So, and in terms of finding a better striker, but like a better striker in relative to what? Relative to what you're paying them and what you're giving, there are strikers out there who can match his output or even get just a bit closer to it, but be making half the wages.
Yes, Juve Plus, it is live.
Yes, this is live.
No, it's
and
not.
Dusan, Sexovic, and 10 more what? 10 more ladies and dudes in a hotel hallway?
Man, about to go full Eisen on this guy right here, man. So okay, Eisen. All of this trolling was all part of my plan. Somebody call Kubo. Get his character back in.
Oh, man. We spent way too much time on Dusan again.
I know. We spent like 30 minutes on this. God damn it.
Yeah, I'm done talking about him.
All right,
Are
let's
we?
move on.
Yeah.
Probably not. We'll say we are.
That's bait.
Okay, well then, Sal, I don't know, pick a topic. What did you want to get off your chest?
These
No,
nuts.
nothing, man. I'm just focused on getting 3 points against Club Brugge. That's really where my mind's at. I don't know exactly how we're gonna line up. If there's no Yildiz and there's no Wes, that's gonna cause some issues because I don't believe we can play Alberto Costa, our new fullback. I do not believe he is eligible to play until we reach, or if we reach, the knockout stages. So I think Savona's gonna have to slot back in there, which will be rough because if we bring back, Conce Sal, I don't really. I think that's gonna kind of make us a bit predictable on that side. So yeah, I'm just kind of wondering exactly the personnel that we're gonna have against Club Brugge. It's gonna be interesting.
As much as like.
By the way, Bruges or Bruges, sorry.
Brugge, I think.
In German we say Brügge, but
I think that's the right way.
It's technically French, so I'm not sure. But they sold their best winger to a Bundesliga club, so maybe they lost a bit of firepower. It was their left winger Skov Olsen, I believe, the Danish winger. And I don't know, does that help us maybe on our right side?
Does it help us with Napoli with Kvaratskhelia being sold?
Could help, could not. It doesn't really matter. I think this team, what this team needs is maturity. Yeah. What it needs is to play with the same intensity, the same vibe, and the same energy as you're playing when you're up against the Leipzig, Man City, or AC Milan. And you need to continuously do that. When you score that first goal, like the difference of what I saw with AC Milan, where they scored the first goal, they continuously went for the second goal. So what I think is going to happen if they're going to win this match is keep up the same energy and just go in for a full throttle attack, score 1, 2, maximum 3, and then try to defend a little bit, not go from gear 5 and then go to gear 0 after you score a goal. And that's been our problem and why I feel like we've been drawing a lot of matches.
Sorry, I just found something else that was pretty funny. This is Reddit, but it looks like it was a tweet here. So Bournemouth fans talking about her transfer strategy. So hang on in a minute. Juventus sold us Huijsen as replacement for Kelly for 12 million. 6 months later, they signed Kelly for 15 million after he's gone for free in the summer already. Who the fuck's in charge of the transfers at Juve?
Can I add some context to this?
No, of course, and it does need some context. Yeah.
So a couple of things. So 12 plus bonuses. On top of that, I believe we have it was reported anywhere between a 10 to 20% sell-on clause.
Yeah.
So I don't see him staying at Bournemouth for that long. No. I see him getting sold for a fat contract.
Tottenham.
Which
I say Tottenham, by the way.
Right. And Juve's probably going to get, possibly call it another 5 to 10 million out of that deal. Another thing is when we got him back from Roma, he did not play well there. And then on top of that, he was making demands at the club to basically get guaranteed starter minutes at the time where Bremer was still one of our center backs. So it was just, do I still think that Giuntoli probably could have got a bit more for him? Maybe, yeah, but how much more? Don't really know. But you were going to have a young, unhappy player sitting on the bench, making a lot of noise. And that's just not it's not even just Juve. A lot of bigger clubs aren't really going to be hearing that from a younger kid who has obviously high potential and a high ceiling, but he kind of had to wait his turn. Does that mean that he's not going to be great, right? No, I mean we were thought in the next gen that he had a super high ceiling. but it kind of was what it was. So yeah, regrettable. Yeah, it would have been nice to have him in the squad for sure, but that's not what he wanted. He did not want that. And at that time, nobody could have foresaw us only having Bremer for 2 months out of the year. Like, sorry. So yeah, if I see him doing well, it is what it is. But I'm not sitting here like, oh, that, completely, sunk our whole season. I'm not going to put that one. There's other things I'm more miffed with Juntali about than the Hoisin deal.
Nah, I'm not too worried about it.
And,
No, it was
and,
just funny.
and B, sir, these people need a lesson again on how transfers work.
Yeah.
We sold the player for pure profit. We bought him for, what was it, 250K?
Yeah.
So we made 11.75 million pure profit immediately.
Yeah.
Though
And he
that
definitely
goes
those
in,
bonuses.
yeah, that goes into your bag as well, and he may hit all of the bonuses because Bournemouth is fighting for the international spots. So number one, that. Number two, if we buy Lloyd Kelly, which number one isn't sure yet, number two it's a rumor, so only God knows. But even if we do, you buy a player that is how old was he? 22, 23, something
21.
like that. And you will most likely give him a 4-year contract, which means if the 15 million are true, you stretch that over the contract duration, which means you're paying 3.5, 4, or whatever per season. Which means you're still only paying just a little bit. And yes, you bought yourself a bit money for now because you sold him immediately, and you're paying just a single bit per season. So the transfer still makes sense if we got him. Now I don't want him because he's not actually good. but leaving that aside, like business wise, yes, of course. Like you made pure profit, and if you buy somebody for just 15 million, you stretch that money over the contract duration. So that's the math behind it. So to everybody that says what kind of business is that? So we're not allowed to buy center backs for 15 million because we sold one for 12.5. Yeah, all right.
Fuck, who was it? There was I was watching one of Bepe's lives. That wasn't from Bepe's take, but it was one of the guests he had, and it was one of the guests he had. He was talking about how they wanted to put Alexander Del Piero as a sporting director or have a former Juve legend, and people just forget that a lot of times that like sometimes when you're putting former players as sporting directors, sometimes it goes well, a lot of times it goes shit. If you remember, look at Abidal at Barcelona, and that will tell you it all. That would be my thing because, like I said, I think Juntali's getting a lot of heat. I think my criticism,
Just to support your point, Deco right now at Barcelona. Deco is the sporting director, and like what is he doing? Buying players that they can't register because they didn't free up the money there.
I hate to say it, they need I don't know what they need. They need somebody, a sporting director that has the intelligence of Einstein to be able to take over Barcelona, and that would still be a mountain to climb with the way that things are with Barcelona. But yeah, to get down to that part, like Juntali is getting like overly criticized for the wrong things. Like if I want to give you my criticisms for Juntali would be being a little bit too hasty over players, like breaking their contracts immediately, or at times I didn't feel like you need to break the contracts, separating players from the project, as they say. And sometimes that builds up rifts. And the other one would be when at times we were trying to like work on deals, for example, the Tolibo deal, where we were trying to lower the price just a little bit more. We were like flirting with complacency a little bit. Those are like the things that I had issues with. And obviously the Rugani thing where like we didn't need to send them out on loan. So that's necessarily where I'm criticizing Juntali, not for selling and buying players. Like I think the buying and selling players has been somewhat okay, but breaking the contracts of other players, yes, I've had a little bit of a problem on that end.
I'd say we're actually setting up a legend to become our president in about a year or two.
Chiellini?
That's
Mhm.
from what
That's
I'm
the same
reading and
feeling,
what
yeah.
I'm understanding. Like that's and I think that's
So
that's a good way to do it.
And
So
also,
somebody that's been studying for it and wants to do it, and not just some random dude the fans want.
Yeah, and he's working with and they have him working basically kind of like with the European, executives or whatever. So he's already getting that experience before internally taking over sort of club operations or what have you. Because I'm assuming he's going to have oversight over Giuntoli as the president as well. So I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all.
Another thing I also wanted to mention, because like again with the criticisms, I wanted to tell people, it took over 2 years for Beppe Marotta at Juve to get the ship sailing as well, because he made a couple of mistakes too. If I correct me if I'm wrong, it was under Marotta's year for buying Diego, under the 09-010 year, but I'm not 100% sure. I do think that was still under Beppe Marotta. If I want to correct me if I'm wrong, but it did take some time for him to get Juventus rolling as well, because we had to suffer those 2 years without Champions Leagues.
Yeah, I mean that era was a complete dumpster fire. I think the issue with this one is, in terms of rebuilds, it's pretty unique in the fact that you're rebuilding while you were still qualifying for Europe, year after year after year. So it was more of a rebuild in terms of style of play, right? And, philosophy. But even with that, I always tell people, I'll rebuild, like it's a conditional rebuild. Like you brought Motte in, you brought Giuntoli in, saying, hey, we're basically putting you at the helm to sort of like, revitalize this team in terms of how we approach football. But you still need to make top four, right? So like I said, it's a conditional rebuild. So it's a bit of a kind of a misnomer when I hear that. So, and the fact that we've been struggling to do that, since the beginning, pretty much. I think it's not surprising that the criticism's there, and it should be there until we get to a point where we're at least meeting our minimum objectives. Because as of right now, we're not.
Well,
I don't think we've won more than 2 games in a row since the first 2 games of the season, and that's a problem.
That's true. Do you think maybe we need a locker room culture change more than we need a rebuild? Like we need an electroshock.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the problem with that is, and that's something you can criticize, Giuntoli for, is that, you basically moved out anybody who has any sort of winning pedigree, especially winning with Juve, right? You got rid of all of them. And now you brought in a lot of people who are supposed to be protagonists for this team who don't have any history tied with the club.
It's just classic. It's like classic ethnic cleansing, right? You just get rid of all those people so they don't mess with the culture you're trying to just take over with.
Well,
it's not quite the analogy I would have used, but
I was gonna say new management. The moment where new management is put into a workplace, all the old heads are like goodbye, whether it's right away or whether it's like 2 to 3 months.
I mean, yeah, it's like, getting a new boss or ethnic cleansing, either one,
No, but look,
I would say company restructure, but yeah, ethnic cleansing.
Yeah. No, but look, a rebuild like this, and we were 100% in a situation where we have to do a rebuild. Number one, we had to clear the wage list. We still, by the way, haven't like the wage list that we have, the players that are still under contract, like the list is still huge. Like just because we sent the boatload like on contract, we have a huge squad list. Like if you think about players that we have on contract, we have to clean that. We have to rebuild the squad. We have to rebuild the squad for a new coach, and without having the money for it.
And we have to clean up the past mistakes. Sorry.
Absolutely. Absolutely, and sorry to say it, and to bring that topic up again, but striker is a mistake of previous management again, that we have
Arthur?
at some point.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's Arthur
yes,
still.
still on the books as
Oh my
well. Yeah,
lord.
look, and if you don't have the money to do a rebuild like this, it takes you 2 to 3 years. And we don't have the money to do it, so you have to take it for what it is, a 2 or 3 year rebuild until we have every position covered like as we want it to be. If you are Liverpool and you have money to spend, for example, 1.5 seasons ago, where Jordan Henderson was aging, James Milner was aging, Fabinho like lost his legs from one season to the next one. They brought Dominic Szoboszlai for 70 million. They bought McAllister for 30, and I believe Endo from Stuttgart for 15, for example. Rebuilt their whole midfield, and yeah, yes, it started clicking again. Number one, okay, the scouting was good, but they had the money to spend, and we don't have that.
They can
So
also
we had,
afford not to be in Champions League one year and
yeah,
then be first in the league the year after.
yeah,
So
yeah. They won the Europa League last season, by the way, and yeah, and their only transfer was Chiesa. If your squad is set up at the point, you can take shots at a player like Chiesa, as they did. They paid only 12 million. For them, it's a great deal. If it doesn't work out, they will sell him on, or whatever. Or you have seen like the interest from Napoli, Milan, and clubs like that. Like
He goes
if
to
you're in
now.
the if you're in the position where the rebuild is successful and done, you have money to play around and to experiment. But we're not in that situation. Every single player that we buy has to click immediately. And if it doesn't, you have to clean that up again. And this is why it is hard to do a rebuild without money, man.
and
So yeah,
that's why we have such a thin squad, because in order to bring in those players to fit the new system, we had to ship out quite a bit.
yeah,
So, you know, it's a tightrope, and you definitely were taking some risks, and unfortunately, it hit us pretty hard. But again, and that's why I even think with the winter, that's why you're hearing these center backs we're going to hear, and that's why how Jeff mentioned it earlier, and I'm in complete agreement with him. If we were going to try to get more quality, and we had to sell a Cambiaso to do it, to plug 2 or 3 holes, like, I'm not mad at it, because you really only have 2 players maybe in your whole squad that can bring you that kind of money that's pure profit, and that's
exactly.
Cambiaso and it's Yildiz, and I'd rather sell
And and
Cambiaso than
and
Yildiz.
and Vlahovic, like he can bring you in 50 to 60 or whatever around that range.
No, but he's still 45 on the books though.
I
No,
offer
no,
Like
no, no.
Fajoli's.
No. I agree, but like
Yeah,
on pure,
net, it would
net,
probably only
yes,
bring us about 25 to 30 million, but Cambiaso is 80 million plus Valenza,
yeah,
Yeah,
that is
right?
right. That
pretty
is
much.
right.
That's
Yeah.
80 million plus Valenza. So that's why I wasn't mad. I mean, if that's what they want to pay for him, because honestly, I'm a fan of Cambiaso, but in my mind, he's not an 80 million. He's not even a $70 million player in my mind.
I
I would
agree.
think like 55 to 60 is fair valuation. But
Yeah.
since Man City's coming for him and he's going to the Prem, and you're kind of juicing it a little bit, like, Pep loves him, right? He's a Pep system player. Like, okay, well, here's the price. So that's
Well,
why
he's
I
also
wasn't mad at it.
quintessential. Like we don't have to sell. We're at least in
Yeah.
that position where we don't have to sell if we
Right.
don't want to.
Now with
Exactly.
Duchamp, if Arsenal offers like 55 million, I don't mind
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
would
you cut your losses.
I would like
Exactly.
to have at least 60 million, and I would have given Arthur as a free gift, as a parting way, and be like, here.
Nobody wants to pay you salary though. That's the thing. Like there's another example of the kid's
I
not even
can't get
playing.
mad at Arthur. I can't get mad at him. If
He's
wants to-
unemployed. He's basically collecting a pogey check.
Yeah. I say, you know what? Good
I'd
for
kill
him.
to have that job. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I swear to God.
Even so, though, like at that point, when you're making millions of a year and you're a footballer, do you not want to play football?
I mean, he played last year with Fiorentina.
Look,
so
here's
he
the deal, bro.
He got a full season in. You know,
You have
so
to
he took a
understand
year off
one
this
thing.
year.
You got to understand one thing with Brazilian players. Like, yes, football is everything and all, but like when it comes to a good money, like they're gonna take the money. Look at Oscar.
Never heard of a Brazilian taking a pay cut, man.
You're not. I don't blame him. Look, bro, I don't blame him.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure like Brazil's tough, dude. Brazil's tough to live. Like if you're not making, like if you're not in the middle class in Brazil, like you're screwed.
I'm pretty sure if
making money like that, I can't, bro.
Listen, even if he only made $1 million, he's gonna be okay in Brazil.
The thing is, the way I see it with this is like the way he's seeing this is like I'm making money for myself, but I'm also providing that money for my family as well. Like maybe cousins, aunts, and that's how
cool. Now everybody that once this contract finally runs out and the payday isn't there, who wants to pay for a guy that hasn't been playing football and only cares about how much you pay?
2 leagues.
And then he's not going to get a job.
Saudi,
Miami, whatever. Go to your trash city.
That's it.
Whatever. Okay, yeah, but that basically means you're a piece of shit. So I hate Arthur even more now. Move on. You're dead to me.
I just walked into the best moment.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, like I said, yeah, as a fan, I despise Arthur. I hated that move. I never thought he was anything good.
Well, but just on top of that, what came of that move, right? We didn't just lose the money on Arthur's contract. We got investigated. We got docked points.
Yeah.
We lost
everything
out of UCL. Like
we lost
that Arthur move probably cost us about $270 million. So
hey, sir, and we lost the genius midfielder for it as well.
Yeah, exactly.
The moment I said this, the moment where Pjanic left and went to Barcelona, I knew right off the bat that was the nail in the coffin for Juve's midfield. Like that was the nail in the coffin. Like we were just going to suck.
But ironically, that was a nail in the coffin of Barcelona's good old time as well. So we killed 2 clubs basically with one deal.
Again, Barcelona,
they're still signing Danny Olmo though. You know what I mean? Like they're signing Lewandowski.
Yeah, that makes 0 sense. Spotify can't win.
I don't get that move.
So
they're reckless. Sometimes I admire the recklessness, but they're absolutely reckless.
Well, I don't think anybody actually likes Barcelona, do they? Anybody here?
I used to listen. Here's the thing with me in Barcelona. We're talking like Messi 09 to like 2015 era. I enjoy watching them. I'm sorry. I can't sit here and deny that. I kind of bandwagoned them for a little bit when Juve was off the Champions League.
Dude, I hated Barca like the Chiefs. Like they wanted they were the team I wanted to see ruined, man.
Well,
they're ruined.
I've been wanting to see Real Madrid get ruined because of the bye when they
chance, man. Dude, they're bigger than football. No chance, man. We have. I hate them as well, but I don't think
they shrugged off. They shrugged off that Hazard contract like it was
nothing.
And they were still winning. And they were still winning Champions Leagues. If we paid that kind of money for somebody, you thought Vlahovic was bad, and we completely whiffed on that.
They got unlimited money, but they're also good. No, here's the thing. They get money, but they're also good in their transfer markets. I don't care what anybody says, and that comes from me. That I despise that club. But the thing is did anybody saw the Supercopa match? Because that's the only thing I get to enjoy. And I came in the last live and compared Rudiger to Gatti. I said Gatti he's the Italian Rudiger. That's what I said.
Hey, Kamaboko, if you think that robbery in the Bernabeu was bad, and since we're talking about Barcelona, that non-PK call against Pogba was even worse in the Champions League.
Oh, hell yeah.
So
you got suplexed.
All right. So yeah, don't I have way more beef with Barcelona than I do with Real. So
So this is turning into like just which clubs we really like to hate. That isn't Inter.
Dude, I don't like either of them. I'm on Atletico's side, so.
So hey, it could always be worse. We could be Man U guys, you know.
13th, dude. Are they 13th or 13th? I believe.
I don't. I mean, they're not far from relegation. I'll tell you
They
that.
lost again.
I do appreciate their coach actually saying we are probably the worst Man U side that ever existed.
They're 13th.
Hey, and Tottenham is down there as well. I believe it's Man U
They're
and
15th.
Tottenham.
Yeah, West Ham in between.
Well, was Tottenham 13th?
No, they're 15th.
Let's keep in mind Nottingham Forest is in 3rd place.
Yeah.
And Bournemouth is in what? 6th, 7th,
7.
7th. Not bad.
I mean, could we just do this and people stop asking me and just look at the table?
Look, I mean, at least worse things worse. At least we're not Arsenal.
Almost
mean,
maybe.
You wanted to be Arsenal.
I picked them,
Said,
and now
it
I
would be nice
regret
if
that pick.
Arsenal with the title.
Well, they just haven't made the final step by winning the league. Otherwise,
Well,
the project, do you call it a failure?
And you know something, Arsenal?
Dude,
you guys,
if Arsenal doesn't win the title after being so close to Manchester City and saying, "Oh, we are the favorites next season," and if Manchester City crashes down,
to
we
all
have
my
to win the
Arsenal
title.
fans, listen to me, Arsenal fans. You guys are one step away from winning the league.
That's what they've
We'll
said
be
for like
gracious as Juventinos to give you Dusan Vlahovic
for only $50 million.
for a good $50 million. There you go. A nice price, a reduced price of $50 million.
Yeah,
And you guys will be soaring in. You will be better than the Invincibles of 04. There we go. You will have your legendary striker competing with a Haaland.
I thought we determined that Holland was shit, though, today.
I think he's still popping off. I didn't say anything.
Dahl's not here. He can't argue that.
No, just going back to the earlier conversation.
I do like seeing West Ham pretty below, like low.
Oh
in that
my
table.
God! Have you guys seen that interception that Lamar threw? Oh my God!
Is it prime playoff Lamar?
Dude, threw it like straight at the Bills.
Wait, the game is on?
One of my
God,
girlfriends,
was the best,
Kajito
brother.
Eddie, one of my girlfriends is an Arsenal fan.
You don't want to.
Oh,
Is that the Wednesday one? Because Eddie's off on Wednesdays.
I don't remember this. What story is this? Remember when an Arsenal fan came and talking shit after the Atalanta game and Dash humbled him?
Oh, yeah. It was with Gio. Gio was with us. It was the one I called from. Oh, which one have I called from? I've called plenty from hotel rooms, but no, it was this Tuesday. There was an Arsenal fan in the chat, and I checked him.
What did he
Like
say?
just recently? Yeah, I don't even remember this.
Yeah, it was an Arsenal fan that was just coming in here and just like trolling, and then I just came in and I was like, no, young buck, you come over here.
Yeah. Oh, I
I
have
always
to.
wonder what happened to that one Prem guy who was.
Well, they called us Yanks.
Yeah, the guy who was calling us Yanks. I hope he's doing okay.
I hope not.
Oh man, I actually have to start talking shit about somebody. I totally forgot. So I got a message on X. Might be an Instagram. Whatever, one of those things.
That sounds
From
basic.
Assist Sports, the account was called. Anyways, I don't want to bore everyone with the whole story. I trolled him on for a little bit because he was clearly a scam. And like when you pull up the website and it's just nothing but red flags and like legal actions. You know he's trying to fuck you, especially when it's like you go to the webpage and it's like this is not a safe webpage. Anyways, I told him he was a piece of shit, and I just wanted to let everyone know because I promised him that I would let the world know through my platform. Assist Sports can go fuck yourself. Don't click on any of their links. You're probably going to get hacked. All right.
Good. No.
Avoid that account. Let's move on. I said my piece.
So
Okay.
to all the millions out there that will watch this.
Hey, you never know.
Oh, since we were just speaking about Manu, really quick. It looks like Anthony's Romano gave it a here we go soon for his move to Real Betis.
On loan, though.
Oh yeah, terrible. God, what a bad move.
That's a very bad move.
On the other hand, we could have De Ligt back.
Remember how last week that was a thing?
So honestly, from a menu point of view, yeah, is it worse for you that you signed Anthony for 95 something or 100, or is it bad that you signed a striker for 70 million one summer ago and now you bought one for 40 to replace that guy because that guy doesn't bring it and now you don't like either of them, which is worse?
Anthony for sure, man.
Or is it that you made the Or is it that you made a 35-year-old Casemiro one of the highest players in the Premier League?
I think out of all of those moves, I would put Onana before I would put the.
Oh my God!
Haaland
Have you seen
move.
that today? Have you seen that? Oh my God!
I've only seen the memes so far.
But only because the goalie you replaced is still good. He's still good. He's not a bad goalie.
There's the quote there from Ruben Amorim.
Oh, I mean, if that just doesn't, talk about like setting the expectations low. Like we're gonna suck this year, guys, and I'm gonna be here next year. So.
Hey, but let us have an honest conversation that we're on this topic. Look,
and why do I care how handsome Dusan is?
I mean,
why do I give a fuck?
Hey, I mean, if that's how you roll, dog, that's awesome.
Like, if you get a poster on your ceiling and you jerk off to him in your bed, sure, that's your own thing, but you don't have to bring it here.
I think it's trolls. I think the guy's trolling you.
Vince, yes,
sure.
I've heard of this Hodgeball guy. What about him?
I didn't.
He's a big Thiago Motta guy, for what I noticed. He explains like the ins and outs of tactics.
He is a bit of a modest stand, though. Yeah. He definitely likes his tactics.
I just work here.
I think I've sent a link of his shit before to you guys.
I think I've sent some links too. No, he has some interesting takes. He makes pretty decent content. I got nothing against it. I'll watch a couple of his stuff here and there.
Yeah, it's one of those things I'm usually not sitting down to watch, and it's hard to watch or just listen to tactics type stuff because you're not seeing what's going on. So yeah,
Dave only watches the tactical stuff when we do it.
Yeah, it's true because we know best. No, I have seen some of the Hodgeball stuff. It's just sometimes I typically go for content that I don't have to look at. More the podcast style, right? It's just me. And speaking of Real Madrid, Florentino Perez has been reelected until 2029.
Whoa!
Big surprise.
In other words, the sky is blue.
Well,
Okay, well, I think that pretty much does it this week. Is there anything else to add?
I don't know. Is there a Premier League club that we can shit on still? Like
we shot on Arsenal, City, United.
We did Man U,
Arsenal.
We talked a bit about Tottenham. Like, did we forget somebody?
I don't know. Who do you want me to? You want me to shit on Ipswich?
Hey,
they got trashed.
Hey,
I mean, they're a trash team that got trashed.
Hey, Ipswich beat champion Tottenham in the same season. So
I don't care about EPL. I should watch it. It's more entertaining, but
it is so.
It is more entertaining.
If Juventus didn't
it's so much fun
sap
watching.
so much of my energy, I might be able to watch other leagues. But it's been a rough slog, man. I can't do it. I can't do it.
So try watching Bundesliga, Serie A, La Liga, Premier League, and other sports for my sports management study while I am still working a full-time job at a football club.
God bless you, man. You're a better man than me. I'm too busy. I'm too busy scoreboard watching Lazio Verona to care about.
Listen, Sal, you give us the numbers when they matter most. I'm the same. Like I'm sooner gonna watch a Serie A match before anything else because that's It's my thing. If you want to watch,
it's okay. People think I'm insane for watching Serie A over friggin' EPL. They think I'm crazy or something.
No,
I
it's
think
your
I
thing.
belong in a mental institution every time. It's like, why don't you watch the EPL? Or why am I not watching La Liga? Or
But that's like saying, oh, why don't you listen to top 40 music? Because it's shit, and I'd rather watch this less popular thing because I prefer it. Like,
oh, I like Drake. I like Future. And I'm like, hey, he sucks. I don't care.
I don't even know what Future
He
is.
sucks.
Dude, my university professor 2 weeks ago asked me to do a presentation of the tactics of Montpellier, and I said, brother, either I relinquish and I just don't do it, or you let me take a different club. And yeah, now I can choose something else from the leagues I'm actually watching. So
Who you
I guess
picking?
I won. Let's see.
But Montpellier has natural spring water.
Congratulations.
Well, you don't, well, maybe you don't get that stuff in Germany. I don't know, but it's refreshing. Let me tell you.
Okay, we got a good old German Aldi and Lidl water, man.
You guys got beer. You're good. You're set. You guys have
there's water in beer.
Very good.
Yeah, and BMWs as well. They drive pretty fun. So yeah.
Yeah,
But their
us
water's
Germans,
shit.
We got the good stuff.
They don't have good
Can't
water.
get
so it
everything
doesn't-
you want, Dave. What do you want? We got good weather, but we got crazy people here. The weather's fine, but there's too many psychopaths. But you can't get everything.
Hold on. When did we start talking about Florida?
Doesn't matter. The point is that like it's not like you can't get everything we want. That's it. That's the bottom line.
It's always has to be about Florida. I understand.
But hey, by the way, Kamaboka, because you like Real Sociedad and you're mentioning them in nearly every stream. What do you think of Arsenal reaching an agreement for Zubimendi for the summer? Because he's one of your favorites, and it looks like we will never get him. We couldn't anyways because he's damn expensive. But what are your thoughts on him going to Arsenal?
We get him on loan in 6 months.
From Arsenal?
Yes.
Dude, hey, Arsenal might sell Mikel Merino because they don't like him. So I'm open for Mikel Merino. Why not?
Oh, and since we're speaking about Arsenal, can I please note for everybody, just as we're hearing, I think probably one of the things that annoys me more than the Heisen stuff is the Calaflori stuff.
Oh God, yeah.
How many times, how injured has Calaflori been this year?
A shit ton.
I think he paid max. I tell you, max 6 or 7 games. And now let me pull up FODMAP. Oh,
I can't wait. Hey, are we getting him on loan? I'm excited.
Yeah, for 50 million. Yeah, what was it? What did they wind up buying him for? 50? 45? 50?
40.
Sorry.
45.
Sorry. 11 games, started 8.
Nice.
Yeah, this is another guy that people think is pretty and don't realize that maybe just being pretty doesn't mean you're going to do well.
That's all I'm saying, man. We have enough. Imagine that, spending all that money for a defensive player who's barely played any games. Like, come on, guys. Seriously. Like, stop. Just leave me alone.
Hey, and Vincenzo, do you mean Gerolsteiner? Because that's decent water here.
You already know that the market is inflated when anybody can get a high fucking value for one season. Did I say one season? A half a season. Sorry, I lied.
Well, I mean, we're trying to cash in on that too, potentially, right? So yeah, let's do it.
Dude,
we've done
Frankfurt again, because we're talking about their business sometimes. They got Omar Mamouche 1.5 years ago on a free transfer, and they sold him for goddamn 75 plus bonuses. Dude, how crazy is that again?
No, it's not crazy, because when EPL gets shitload of money from TV rights and they don't have to pay any consequences for those type of decisions, or at least not a hefty consequence, they feel like they can make those insane offers.
Okay, so this is everything for Arsenal. 12 days in September, 31 days.
Yep.
October, November, then 13 December, 9 in January. And
Hey,
probably ongoing.
they're playing Thomas Partey as left back like every game where Calafiori is injured. So,
Bro, all I gotta say to Calafiori is collect that money, man.
Yeah,
Just
he's currently
milk it out.
65. It's 65 days.
Play FIFA on PlayStation. Milk that injury. You're good, bro.
don't worry. He will play in 2 years next to.
Then you'll come back to Juve with
next to
Malta ball.
Dragutin at Tottenham.
Just come back to Juve, play Malta ball. You'll be good again. We'll sell you off for a lot of money, and then you will suck back at the EPL, and the cycle never ends.
And then somebody will ask why we sold them Dusan for 40 million when we just bought Calafiori for 45.
And on
It's
that
not
note,
even that, man. It's just getting that 22 million. Just imagine what we can do with $22 million that we can free up to just reinvest in the squad every year.
Yep. We're waiting for it.
Is that a resistance band?
He's working on those adductors. They injure easily on this team.
That's probably the day after the YouTube video.
Hey, after that night, he had to.
Oh boy. Well, I think on that note, it's time to start playing the music and Dash.
disappear like the NFC North in the playoffs. Let's go. Thanks for watching, guys. Goodbye.
NFC East is still there.
Did you forget how to do this?
Fuck. Thanks, guys. Just mourning a loss here. But anyways, everyone, thanks for tuning in. Dave, I can hear you still breathing through the intro. Oh man. All right, guys. We'll catch you on the next one.
NFC East represent.
Fuck off.
Go Bucks.